Hello, my name is Amy, and I am in a group with McKenna, and our topic is social interactionism. Social interactionism is a theory that explains how people learn and develop language and meaning through social interactions by talking, listening, and communicating with others. A more deeper explanation, it's a theory explaining how individuals build and understand society through daily interactions. It emphasizes that actions are based on meanings developed through social engagement, like language and gestures that play a crucial role in communication. The theory also suggests that the self is shaped by interactions, allowing for varied self-perceptions. Ultimately, social interactionisms show that society and norms are dynamic, continuously created and negotiated through human communication. Now I'm going to move into our lesson. Our lesson is social interactionism. Our lesson standard is an ELA literacy standard in 4th grade, and it is to determine the theme of a story, drama, or poem from detailed in the text and summarize the text. Are you guys ready to learn, my 4th graders? Okay, so we're going to be detectives today, not to find out who did something, but to figure out what the storyteller wants us to learn. That's called the theme, but we'll discover that word together. Okay, let's jump right into our story. Our story is called The Cracked Pot. Does anyone have any guesses on what our story is about? Okay, let's read it. The Cracked Pot. Once there was a woman who carried 2 pots of water every morning from the stream to her house. She hung the pots on a wooden pole across her shoulders, one on each side. One pot was perfect. It always delivered a full portion of water. The other pot had a small crack, and by the time the woman reached her home, half of the water had leaked out. For 2 years the woman brought home only 1.5 pots of water each day. The perfect pot was proud of itself, but the cracked pot felt ashamed. One day, as the woman was filling the pots at the stream, the cracked pot spoke. "I'm sorry," it said sadly. "I leaked water on the way home. I'm not good enough." The woman smiled kindly. "Did you notice the flowers on your side of the path?" she asked. "They only grew on your side because I planted seeds, and you've been watering them every day." The cracked pot looked back down the path, and it saw bright, colorful flowers waving in the sunlight. Suddenly, it didn't feel broken anymore. Okay, let's answer some questions. What did you notice about how the character acted? I noticed that the woman was happy with both of her pots. She was happy that the full pot provided her a full portion of water, and the cracked pot watered her flowers down her path, giving her a beautiful walkway. What do you think the story is trying to teach us? I think the story is teaching us that just because you have a crack or you're different doesn't mean you're broken. Have you ever experienced something like this? Okay, now we're going to watch a video on theme. Okay, let's watch our video now.
theme. The theme of a story is either the moral, message, or the lesson that the author wants you to learn from the story. The theme is usually unsaid by the author, but we can infer it or figure it out from the text. If that's the case, how can I find it? To find the theme of a story, I need to ask myself the following questions. What message is the author trying to send? What did the character learn? What were the consequences of those actions? And finally, how did the character grow and change? Answering these questions will help me figure out the theme of a story. Let's figure out the theme of this next.
Okay, so that was just a good little explanation. We're not going to do the theme with her because we're working on our own. Okay, so let's talk about theme. Theme is the big idea or the message, like the video kind of tell us. Like, what is the author wanting us to learn from this story? When you're answering what theme is in a story, you can use these two prompts. They kind of guide you so that you know what to say. And here's one of them. The theme of the story was blank because blank. The character taught us that blank. So I came up with a theme, and after I tell you my theme, we're going to go over a question. You guys are going to break into groups and kind of go over a theme for yourself. And it could be the same as mine, or you could have a different idea of what you think the theme is. Okay, here's my theme. I think the story's message is our weaknesses can create something beautiful because the cracked pot's leak helps water the flowers along the path, making the world more colorful and special. Now here's our question. What details in the story help you find out the theme? So in small groups of 3 or 4 people, I want you to discuss what you believe the theme of this story is, and be prepared to share to the class.